I'm using this video as an example for a reason I'll explain briefly if you do not connect the dots like a schizoid. Because that's what it is to exist, is that at this point in time, I would call paranoid schizophrenia to be an adaptation to the amount of information that you're subjected to if you just sit in front of a computer for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, digesting all of this information that we've culminated over the entirety of human existence. Because that's what it is now.
During an afternoon boat cruise in Ocala, people found themselves in the middle of this. Dozens of monkeys go flying from a tree straight into the river.
Just sounded like war going on back there. I mean, just crazy hooting and hollering and screeching and branches, and it was just the craziest thing I've ever heard.
What you don't see before Matt Schwanke started recording is what he describes as a turf war between two bands of the Silver Springs macaques.
One jumped off, and then the male started shaking branches, going up there and shaking branches, trying to shake them off the tree. And then I started recording, and it was the craziest thing.
Folklore suggests the macaques were left in the area after the filming of Tarzan Finds a Son in 1939. But according to University of Florida researchers, the primates were brought in years earlier by a local boat tour company.
Okay, here's the next one. Okay, if you want to understand drug culture, you have to understand the history between the East India Company, the British East India Company, the Opium Wars, and of course the Commonwealth in general. And you got to remember, okay, so the Belgian Congo is also an opportune place to grow the coca leaves. Belgian chocolate, coca. Cocaine comes from the coca leaf. And that's why there's some people say cacao, and all that other shit. They want to just differentiate the cocaine from the coca. Of course, I'm probably wrong. I mean, I'm wrong a lot of the time. Anyways, so pharmaceuticals in a lot of instances, especially for depressants, these antidepressants. This is why I'm showing the Rikki Tikki Tavi, is that a lot of them are derived from neurotoxins, because they're trying, because you're so burnt out. That's what depression is, or or panic attacks along those lines. In order to suppress the limbic system and to reduce the reactions, the reaction of the fight, flight, or freeze response in the adrenals and your lymph. Since we've experienced so much contamination in North America from the ignorance and also of the attitudes between different classes, and the historical positions, and the tit for tat turf wars that have been going on for years and years and years. And this has absolutely destroyed anything that was human about us up until this point. And frankly, if we're going to pick up the pieces, it's going to be a challenge.